Morning world, how are you doing? Today's entertainment. There's a ladder there. Um, I have a little bit of an issue, and this issue is potentially going to be exciting because it could go horribly wrong. There's only one way to find out. Let me explain. Right, what we have, you're not really going to see it with the video because we've got the video set up on the tripod, my new bit of technology. Yes, because I've had to kick up the bum from my technical department, but it's working, hopefully. What we have is, due to this area here, is going to be my extension of log structure. I'm going to build the extension with just the timber I have on the land and materials I have on the land. Which is one hell of a challenge for me, but a challenge that I really want to undertake. It's personal satisfaction. But on a nice beautiful day like this, it's time to get down one tree that is a problem tree. I've got others to get down that are problems, but this one's specifically a problem. I'll walk over, I'll show you. You won't see the angles as such without me carrying a camera around, but it's going to be harder for me to do it that way. No, sod it. Come on, let's go for a walk. Right, what we've got is, we have, bear with me on this one, we have this tree here, which I've already taken off one limb of it because it's a single butt, splits into two limbs. But the nature of that one, if it was to fall naturally, we have a problem. Because the natural fall for it, which you can see, that's the tree there. If it naturally falls, it's going to come down and I am not going to have a toilet. That's a problem. Unlike the other tree, where I just needed a slight twist, I need at least 90 degrees, which you're not going to get just by doing the sort of cut that I've done on previous trees. So that particular tree, where are we? There, going up, that one there, needs to be falling down, in an ideal world, this side, down where I am, come down here. So I've come up with a plan, because the logical answer to this is get a second person, get a rope, pull it, use a car, pull it. Everything kind of needs a second person. There's only one of me, and here we go. So I'm going to plan on doing, which briefly is, from there I'm going to have a rope going around this pine tree, and then going around this pine tree back towards the tree we're taking down, which will hopefully give sufficient tension and the ability for me to be able to also pull the rope when needed. So, as in all the children's programs when I was younger, they would do things and say this: don't try this at home. Practically speaking, neither should I. But I've got my health and safety gloves on. So what we're going to do is grab a rope. You will see me on and off the screen. I put a rock around it. I'm getting ready to put it up a branch on that pine tree. That's going to go there, and I'll get the ladder in a minute, because the ladder I have set up is the tree that I want to take down should come to this side of the little tree. The problem being is the bigger tree with the weight could actually take out the smaller tree. Smaller tree's coming out, but it would be nice if, as a tree comes down, this tree deflects. But because this is a smaller tree, it might go over. That also will take that out. So what I'm going to do, you'll see in a moment, I'm using my battery chainsaw for all of this one because it works well, is I'm going to go up the ladder and I'm going to cut off the two limbs of the smaller tree, so that even if the larger tree takes the main butt out and drops it, it's not going to force it against it, it won't reach the toilet. I can sort of control the two smaller limbs myself. So I'm going to go and do that now. Luckily, with all the soda I've had, I've got a full battery on that. So watch with me on this one. Again, I wouldn't overly suggest you do it at home, and I definitely would suggest, if you were to attempt anything like this, you definitely have another person with you. Health and safety. What I'm doing, I don't know if you can see, but I'm up the ladder and I've got one leg wrapped round, hooking myself around a tree, pinching me and the ladder to the butt of the tree. And now I am going to take out the two limbs. Right, here we go. Well, I'm covered in sawdust, but that was successful on the simple grounds. The second one did just glance the toilet, but it was light enough that it wouldn't cause damage. So first things first, just clear the area as I go, clear myself free of sawdust. Come on, up you come. We'll just get these out of the way. There you go. That'll do. So now what I'm left with is the butt that no matter where that falls, no force, it cannot get to my toilet. That being my priority, because I don't want to go to the loo when it's raining. So now we get the ladder. We're going to cross to the pine. You're not necessarily going to see this bit because I think it's out of camera, but here we go. I've got that's come a little bit loose, so we'll have a little bit of a rethink on this. But it's just a case of getting a little bit of weight on the rope, just so that I can help get it over the branch on the pine tree, and either it will work or it won't work. I don't think it's going to work because it's the wrong sort of rock. I've heard of the wrong sort of leaves on the track, but the wrong rock, that's a new one on me. So we're just tying it up. Again, this doesn't have to be anything special, it's just a case of I need it to just go over a branch like so. Give me 2 seconds and I might be able to then get the come on, rope, and we'll get this over over the said branch required, which from here is a little bit of a challenge, but I love a challenge, and I do like to test my resolve and my abilities. So I'm up the ladder and I've thrown, the rocks come free, which is a bit of a bugger, but I do have the rope where I want it to be. And then we come back down, grab the ladder, walk over to the big tree. There we go. So we get over to the big tree. Again, we're going to go up the tree with said rope, and with a little bit of luck, the rope ideally always needs to be, let's try and clear a couple of little bits here, get that out of the way, and I'm going to try without the rock to get it over the relevant limb that I want. Might struggle. Might struggle. Let's go up a little bit higher on the ladder. This is a little bit precarious, but nope, we are getting where we want. Just a little bit higher really would be perfect, because the higher the better. You get more momentum. So the rope now, I'm just tying this off in such a way. There is a name for the knot and I can't think what it is, but it's a knot that won't knot up. I've lost so many bits of rope over the years for tying knots, granny knots, and I've ended up having to cut, which is not the best way of doing things. So I don't know quite what the name of this knot is, but that's tight. So we've got that up, and we don't need the ladder anymore. So we'll put that out of the way and clamp that down. There you go. Right, hopefully you can see on the camera the rope. You may or may not, but that now goes up there, and that's travelling almost horizontal from the tree that's going to come down around the trunk, and obviously above a branch to keep the rope elevated down to here. I'm going to take it round the pine tree to my left, so I can bring it back towards the tree that I'm bringing down. What I'm going to do is put that rope around here. It's not so much for security, more for me trying. Here we go. I'm pulling that up as tight as I can to put some tension onto the tree that I'm bringing down, or attempting to bring down. Again, I'm just doing a basic no knot. Don't know the name of it, but the principle behind how I'm going to do this, I've never done it before. is when I cut and that tree starts to move, I'll have enough time, put the chainsaw down, get hold of this rope, pull, which will entice it to go where I want it to go. We have two chances. So I've now got this set up in such a fashion that it should happen. Watch this space. Yeah, right, so we're going to get the chainsaw and I will cut this time a slightly smaller sink on the, and the sink is going to be cut in facing the direction I want the tree to come down. And it's going to be shorter so that it buys me more time when I do the back cut. So bear with us on this one. What's for the entertainment? So I'm looking at everything, final checks to make sure I'm happy with how I've got things set up. Yes, I am. That's just one thing I'm going to get out of the way, because that may interfere with me. My escape route when felling a tree, before you make the cuts, always make sure you've got an escape route and that your escape route is clear. I can't stress that enough, because I've seen incidents where nobody's ever been massively hurt, but over the years I've seen incidents where the escape route should have been planned a bit better. So what I'm now going to do is, down quite low, I'm going to cut the sink in the direction that I want it to be, which is that direction. Right, I'll just come over and show you. No, that's fair. It's only a small sink and I'm going to cut it slightly larger just to be on the safe side. Right, I'm happy with that sink. The sink is facing for it to go that way. The rope I've pulled, yes, there's a reasonable amount of tension on there. In theory, if it goes according to plan, it's going to come over. Well, that's the first point of a safety net, is the butt of this one. So as long as it starts to fall and it comes this side, I've won the battle. If that gives way, there is still a chance that this one can take out my toilet. This is the bit that I'm a little bit nervous about. So I'm hoping I don't get too nervous and need to use my toilet. But the moment of truth. Yeah. I'm confident as I can be. And there is only one way to find out. Or as I used to say in the trade, someone hold my beer. Let's see what happens, boys and girls. Let's see what happens. I will cut again just before I make the cut. I will make the cut so that the side of the tree that you can see me at the moment will be cut through nearly all the way. No, confusion. I will cut the far side most of the way, leaving a little bit of this side, so that will help to twist it slightly. It won't make a massive difference, but every little difference will mount up. So, right, Get ready for it. Here we go. I have genuinely. Jesus Christ. I was definitely a bit nervous on that one. I'm not going to lie to you. I was definitely a bit nervous. Bloody hell. Yeah, I was definitely a little bit nervous on that one. But I've succeeded. I really have. Bloody Nora. I'm a little lost for words, to be perfectly honest with you on this one, boys and girls. But there it lays, right where I planned for it to go. My toilet is still safe. And no, I don't need it. Not at the moment. So now all I've got to do, untie the rope, tidy the rope up, and then I'll be cutting this one up and logging up to help fill up my log stack behind here, which I'm just going to briefly show you. And there, I've already got one stack in. With what's down here, it will be close, possibly it might make the second stack. So there we go, my task for the day. The tree is down. Some will say that was the easy part. Well, yeah, dropping a tree down is easy. It's how you drop the tree down, especially when you're in a precarious situation and things can go wrong. I will stress to each and every one of you, I am only doing this because I'm competent enough through being a tree surgeon many years ago to be able to know that I can twist it, I can turn it, I can pull it. Yeah, that takes experience, and the guy that taught me everything I know about a tree surgeon was an absolute fantastic tree surgeon, and he had a lot of time and he invested a lot of time in showing me how to do things the right way. Testimony to that one is that tree is on the ground where I wanted it. But please don't think anybody can do it. I would strongly suggest you get somebody who, i.e. a tree surgeon, arborist, to do such a job for you. I wouldn't want you to think you've seen this and you can do it. I'm not saying anybody can do it. It's just that I'm competent and I did train as a tree surgeon, so I'm able to. But it's just the point of this is I'm here by myself. I don't have at hand a second person to assist, and I wanted to get that down. I'm stubbornly independent. I've thought outside of the box and worked out how I can achieve the task with just these two hands. This could have gone horribly wrong, which would have made great entertainment for you, and for me another task of rebuilding my toilet. But it didn't. It went how I wanted to. A lot of thought, a lot of planning. I've looked at that tree numerous times. Will it go this way? Will it go that way? Yes, I already taken one limb off to try and reduce the weight of it going the wrong way. And that's the result of planning. That's the result of experience and a whole lot of luck. I'm not going to deny that one. So there we go. Another little job done. I've got to clear it up. I've got to log it. I've got to stack the logs. Hopefully you'll find this amusing. Hopefully it's given you a little bit of knowledge, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of an insight as to how I get round tasks that normal world say you need more than one person. Yeah, I like to try and prove people wrong. Anyway, folks, plenty more of that to come. Plenty more wonderful videos, or hopefully wonderful videos, and hopefully plenty more smiles, a ton more happiness, guys. And as the technical department, before I get the relevant kick up the bum, yeah, the buttons down there, please. Yeah, it's I'm getting used to this now. It's like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, comment and share. The comment element will always be the most important for me, because I do like that interaction. I truly do love it. But there we go. Moral of this story, this idiot's achieved it. He's got a tree down where he wanted to get it down, but it presented hurdles. I got over those hurdles. Don't let a hurdle prevent you. You can do this. I did. Take care. See you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Keep smiling. Ta-da for now.